I think we're live.
Yeah, you think I think we're live, but oh my goodness. Quiet, please. Right, let me find my Zoom screen again. Voila.
Yeah.
Here we are. This meeting is live streamed. Right, we're live.
Oh, we're live. Yay.
Okay, when you've got to do everything yourself. Hi, folks. I'm Aslin Bloor from linsfood.com. And over there in Arizona is...
I'm Giangi Townsend with giangiskitchen.com, and welcome to our Friday Cooking with Us.
Yeah, another Friday, another show. And today we're doing a special show to celebrate Nowruz, which is the Persian New Year, the Persian spiritual New Year, which falls on the first day of spring, which I believe is, according to this calendar, the 20th this year, 20th of March. So we're doing something very, very simple, both of us. We're doing dips. Is yours yogurt-based too, Giangi, or?
Yogurt-based with feta, but yes, yogurt-based, okay. Greek yogurt.
So they're both yogurt-based because yogurt-based dishes are a very, very common side dish in most Persian meals. They're almost a must in Afghan and Persian cuisines, just like raita is in Indian, in South Asian cooking. So, Giangi, I'm going to start, but I want you to very quickly tell us what's your recipe today?
Well, mine is a very simple. It's less than 5 minutes, and it's feta yogurt sauce dip, whatever you want to call it. But it's a very quick dip that you can use with fish, with poultry, perfect for children with little finger food. You can also use it as a spread for sandwiches if you want to. Like yesterday we had corned beef, so that would be awesome with it because it's got all the chives, parsley, lemon, garlic, olive oil. So it's got all those wonderful flavors, and together just marry very, very well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. A very simple, and it saves well in the refrigerator too. So you can make it a couple of days ahead, or you can make it extra and have it in the refrigerator. So
cool. That's always handy for when you're having guests for your barbecue party or grilling party, as you would say in the US, I guess. So how many ingredients have you got? How many ingredients in your recipe today?
Oh my goodness, there's literally chives, parsley, which I'm going to continue shopping, garlic, which I have mashed with some sea salt, so it will not be chunky, but all the essence of the garlic will be out. I have feta cheese, yogurt, which is Greek fake yogurt, non-flavored, lime. I keep wanting, the last week, this is a lime in my eyes. This is a lemon, Giangi. So have a lemon. I'm going to zest my lemon and squeeze my lemon, and then olive oil. All this will be on my little food processor. Couple of whips, done.
Cool. All right. That sounds very, very good. Right.
So what are you going to do?
I am going to make, I'm planning to make one yogurt side dish or dip. It can be called dip as well. If we have time, I'll make a second one. So the first one that I'm going to be making is called Borani labu. Borani is essentially any yogurt-based dish in Persian and Afghani cuisines. And Borani labu is beetroot, as you can see. So I've got raw beetroot here. What we're going to do, which I have done off camera, is we're going to scrub clean. What we would do is scrub clean a couple of beetroots, and we're going to cook these in simmering water for 20 minutes. Drain them, leave them to sort of cool enough to touch, and peel them. Top and tail peel to get these cooked beetroot. There you go.
Wonderful. So you don't put them in the oven. You just cook them.
No, we just simmer it. In fact, in the heat of summer, when it's really hot, I skip the cooking totally because I love raw beetroot. So I grate them raw and I make them into this dip. And it's not traditional. So if you're Persian and watching this, don't frown at me now. So So that's what we're going to be doing. It's super easy. We're going to cook. The recipe calls for us to cook the beetroot. If you want to start off with cooked shop-bought beetroot, that's fine as well. Hey, I'm not going to judge. And we're going to mix it all with yogurt, season it with salt and pepper, and finish it off with some mint leaves. That's all. So
that's all.
Yeah. So Giangi, what are you chopping up over there?
Well, I am chopping up parsley. Now, I could put this on the food processor and mute myself for the next 2 minutes, but I don't want to do that. So I am chopping them all up fine. Now, the reason why I like them very fine is because when you have mixed with the feta and with the cheese, it becomes the yogurt, it becomes a cream. And there is nothing more annoying than having pieces of parsley stuck in your teeth or just biting into it. So I'm chopping it up very fine. Now, if you're home and you want to save some time, you just put everything in your food processor, just ring it a few times, and then add all the ingredients. I like to do this a little bit ahead of time, beforehand, before I put them all on the food processor, because it just is easier to manage for me. And then it doesn't become wet. And it doesn't have the streaky wet feeling to it, then I'm not fond of it. That's my personal choice.
So while you're chopping that, I'm going to grate our cooked beetroot. Okay, this is so easy. It really is easy. Now, while you may, in English, we may describe it as a beetroot and yogurt dip. It's not in Persian cuisine. It's not eaten as a dip as such. It's actually an accompaniment to meals. So if we're eating rice, like jeweled rice, marasa pulao, or we're eating reshte polo, which is Persian rice and noodles. And we would have this Borani labu on the side, or a cucumber and yogurt dip on the side. So what it is we would spoon a little bit of it onto our plate and have it with our rice and our stew, whatever stew, or koresh as they're called in Persian, whatever stew we happen to be serving at that meal. Much like we would spoon a little bit of raita when we are eating biryani or pilau rice with curry and stuff like that. So it's the same principle. But that doesn't mean that you can't make this dish and serve it during your in the summer as a dip, as part of your buffet table, as part of your barbecue table, if that's what you want to do.
This one's the same thing with this dish. This dip. I mean, this is a whole year around, and football season is very big here in the fall, all the way through January. So this is excellent to put it. Tzatziki also is like, if you make your little any zucchini or fruit vegetables, then you fry, is excellent to dip in it. And also I did it with the chicken nuggets, which I take the chicken, cut them into strips, and you just dip into it, is also kind of nice and enjoyable. Okay. I don't believe it's Middle Eastern, it's more Mediterranean, but we're getting there with the flavor. Okay, so I got all my parsley chopped. I'm gonna put it all in here. Okay, all done. Now I have also a garlic clove here, which I have minced with salt. I took the knife, I put the garlic on it, crushed it, and then I took the sea salt, which is wet, and I put it on it, and I started smashing it and back and forth, smashing back and forth. That process, it's excellent because I'm not a garlic person. I know, Aslan, you're gonna go, what? But I'm not a garlic person. I know, right?
I can't believe that. How are we friends? I've said this before.
I don't know. We're so opposite. You like spicy food. I'm very French mellow. Give me a cream. Garlic for me has to give the essence, but it can't be in your mouth overpowering. So by doing it, it removes all the powerful, that chunk into it, but it gives the flavor a complete different feel to it. So I have mashed one, and it's right there to go. So I'll take this out of my way. Then I have my yogurt. I thought I'd add everything off, and which is like a half a cup of Greek yogurt. Oops, I put it over my fingers. That's okay, I like yogurt. This morning I had a little panic attack because I enjoy yogurt in the morning,
Yeah.
but I have the vanilla yogurt. And all of a sudden I couldn't find the regular yogurt. I just really panicked. So feta cheese, when you buy feta cheese, I like to buy the block feta cheese because it sits less into the brine than is prepared with. So it gives it a different flavor. So you got big chunks here, and that's what it is. So I took a block of feta cheese and I just crumble it myself. I didn't buy it crumbled. I like to do it that way. The flavor is completely different in my books, and so I enjoy it that. And this part is over. I am going to do some chives also to put in there. And the chives, my chives this year in my garden, they're not coming up as they did last year. So I had surrendered to buy some at the store. And you chop them. Right?
It happens to the best of us, right? While you're chopping your chives, I'm going to move on to our second yogurt dish. So I've got a cucumber here, okay? Just, any old cucumber. It doesn't matter, Persian, Kirby, English, whatever cucumber you have. So what we're going to do is we're going to grate this cucumber. You could also just chop it up fine, but I'm going to grate it. I've got some kitchen paper underneath it because what I'm going to do is soak up the excess liquid from the grated cucumber. I'm only going to do a little bit of this. So there we have it, cucumber all grated. And then I'm just going to squeeze that with the kitchen towel to get rid of the excess liquid. So it doesn't dilute the yogurt too much. Okay. So I've got the grated beetroot and I've got the grated cucumber. And what we're going to do is now mix it up, and then we'll just garnish both of them, and you'll see how super easy it is. So 2 different yogurt-based dishes with 2 different filling, as it were.
Filling. And And mine now, I put the chives in it. Now I'm going to put the zest of the lemon. I said it rightly.
You did. You sure it's not a lime?
Yes, for sure. You should have seen it. I couldn't believe it. I did a video the other day, and 3 times I even called it lime juice.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? It's like when you're recording a video and then you say something, and when you're editing it, you go, no, that's not what I meant to say.
So actually, there's this wonderful thing called "Oops, I can write things on the top of it." So I just wrote it, say, "Sorry, folks." It's just so I couldn't speak.
I'm also using Greek yogurt. You can use labne, which is essentially strained yogurt. And so you want it to be thick. This is not particularly thick, but hey, you get what you get from the shops. So I'm going to start off with our beetroot, our grated beetroot.
All righty. And so I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. So we're going to leave a little bit here just to garnish, just to sprinkle, drop some at the top later. So all we're going to do is to really just mix it all up, and you get an astonishing pink colored dip because of the color of the beetroot. Go on, Giangi, you were saying?
And I was just going to take I just zested a whole lemon, and now I am going to squeeze the lemon juice right into my food processor, then put some oil, and then I will mute myself. For the simple fact is this thing makes noise, and I'm not going to bore all of you with that. Okay.
So I'm just going to season this dip now. So a little bit of salt. Taste it, okay? The yogurt's already a little on the sour side, so you probably don't need too much salt. So salt and of course pepper. Oh my goodness, my youngest loves having the pepper on a very coarse grind. So
oh really?
Just tighten that. He chose this. 14-year-old goes on Amazon and chooses and picks some new pepper and salt and pepper meal for me.
Now that pepper, I do use a lot of pepper, and I like mine coarse. Just for you to know. See, we're discovering things about each other after all those years, and we have known each other. We're discovering things about each other.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. This is our doesn't need anything else. So it's really, really super simple.
Perfect.
Just beetroot and yogurt. We're seasoned with salt and pepper, and then we're going to be finishing it off with some mint leaves. Are you muting yourself now, Giangi?
I'm going to put the olive oil, and then I'm going to be muting myself. Yes, I am, ma'am. There you go. That's plenty. Now, folks, I am going to mute myself for a half a second.
Giangi's muted. Yay!
Not yet.
Okay, so while Giangi's doing that, guys, I'm going to do the next yogurt dish, which is, we've got yogurt, we've got grated cucumber. So I'm just going to drop that cucumber in there. And once again, we're going to stir this to mix it all up. So they're both extremely refreshing. However, despite being cold dishes, they are not served just during the summer. They are just as popular in the winter as part of a meal. So I've got Borani labu, which is yogurt and beetroot. Borani refers to yogurt-based dishes in the Afghan and Persian cuisine. It is named after a 7th century Persian empress, who absolutely loved her yogurt dishes, and so her name was Borani. So these dishes were named after her. This one here, the cucumber, it's called mast kya. Mast is basically, it's yogurt. Mast is yogurt, and kya is cucumber. So yogurt and cucumber. Literally, what it says is what it is. So once again, we've dumped the cucumber in the yogurt. We're going to season it with some salt, a little bit more here, because the cucumber is very watery. Unlike the beetroot, which has a certain amount of sweetness, the cucumber is on the plain side, but still not too much because yogurt is already sour. And then finish off with a little bit of pepper. Now, you could, while not traditional, you could add a sprinkle of allspice. You could add a sprinkle of sumac, just for a little bit more tang where the sumac is concerned. We're going to stir this, and then we're going to garnish it. How are you doing, Giangi? You finished?
I'm done. I am all finished. As you can see, it came out to this beautiful light green color to it. And then you can just enjoy it now. You can put it in the refrigerator. I am just going to pour it right on my little dish. On a green dish. I didn't think this through this morning. There you go. And this is all done. Perfect. All done. Cool. Put this back up here. And that's it. All finished. Now you can put a little bit of chopped chives on top of it if you wish to. I have this wonderful little gadget, which is chive scissors. I'm just going to cut a couple on top of it.
That's very handy, isn't it?
Very handy. Love it. There you go. Now, it would look prettier on a wider dish, but I didn't think of it this morning. So it is what it is, right? There you go. And
Absolutely.
This is it. All done. As you can see.
So I'm dishing out mine. Okay, sorry, Giangi. Go on, come back, Giangi, come back.
Come back, come back.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. Hey, there you go. You've managed to do your tasting. Tasting.
Tasty.
Taste test.
A taste test. Oh my goodness, that's so good.
I bet, because the feta is so strong, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what it tastes like, Giangi.
Well, you have a hint of lemon with the zest and the feta and the garlic, which has a wonderful flavor to it. It's just because it's so married and a mush to it. And the chives, there is a balance of sweet, tangy, and calm. So it's really like a trifecta there of flavors. It's really good, if I say so myself.
If you say so. I'm sure it is, because I love feta. It has such a strong presence that
It does.
yeah, it's a wonderful cheese. Now I am just cutting up some fresh mint leaves for our Borani labu, which is the beetroot and yogurt dish. So all we're going to do, this is our, let me see if I can tilt it without spilling it. Haha. And
That's not fair.
so I've got some. Hey, I've done it. Okay, I've done it. Trust me. So
I'm sure.
So
We can write all the things we have done. Sometimes it's funny.
So remember, we left some grated beetroot aside just now. So we're just going to top it with a bit of grated beetroot and then a little bit of mint. And then if you want, you could just, top it up with a little bit more pepper, if you like, for flavor, completely up to you. So this is our Borani labu. You can just about see that.
That's gorgeous. Love it.
So it's an amazing color because of the beetroot. Now, remember we did the cucumber one as well. So the cucumber one gets a little bit more treatment. So all we've got is grated cucumber, yogurt, salt, and pepper. And then what we're going to do is chop up some walnuts. Walnuts, there you go.
I thought you were going to put some chili peppers on it.
Right, so some coarsely chopped, pounded walnuts, and then all we're going to do, just want a little bit, is we're just going to top it with some walnuts. This one is actually quite frequently beautifully decorated. So you've got some dried mint. So what you're going to do is actually drop some dried mint on the side. Have some, just like that. And then rose petals, dried, edible rose petals. So what we're going to do is drop them in a coffee mill or spice mill, whatever. Is that noisy?
That's all right.
So we want it, ideally, that's not ground up. So ideally, we want the powdery bits of our dried rose petals. So you always find some at the bottom, don't you? So that's what I'm going to go for. So there we are. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit of crushed dried rose petals. They've got to be edible though. So because there are lots of rose petals out there that are not edible. So they want to be pesticide free, obviously. So there you go. So this is your mastokia, which is cucumber and yogurt. That's all. So topped with chopped walnuts, dried mint all around as a decoration, and some dried rose petals.
Wonderful.
There we are.
And oh, that's beautiful. See, you got the plate so you didn't tilt. Be careful.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on it. And then if you want a bit of green, we've got the leftover grated cucumber. You can always just drop a little bit of it in the middle for just some added color. There you go.
There you go.
Borani labu and mastokia, two yogurt-based dishes that are extremely popular in the Persian cuisine. And Giangi has got
the yogurt feta sauce, which I'm not going to tilt again before it goes in the other direction, which is very simple: feta cheese, yogurt with lime, there you go again, with lemon, garlic, parsley, and chives. Very simple, very easy, stores well in the refrigerators, and is excellent with fish, chicken, meat, even some lamb. It's got that kick to it. So this is it. This are our two are three actually. She'll say dip, and you can make at any time of the year because they're really not, for the holidays, but you can really enjoy this, like Aslan said, all year round, all summer long, because they're quite refreshing because of, the beetroot and the cucumber, which are quite fresh, so we can enjoy it then. So
yeah, I do it. I have them frequently with meals, even whatever I'm eating, whether it's Persian or Indian. I love my yogurt side dishes as well, so I have them pretty frequently. So there you go. Super easy. 3 for the price of 1 or 2.
That's right.
Make them whenever you want to. Spilling it on the floor is optional.
Not advised, but optional. I have an iPad to see if things goes right, and it was air away from going all over it.
Right. So we hope you enjoyed that. And what are we doing next week, Giangi?
Well, next week we're going to start preparing some dishes for Easter. So we are going to start with the plat de résistance, which in my house it's lamb. So we are going to prepare. I'm going to prepare a lamb recipe. Aslan, you're going to prepare one as well, correct?
I'm also making lamb, and I'm making the lamb dish that we have every Easter.
Sure.
We've had every Easter for I can't remember how long, because everybody loves it. I dump everything into the Dutch oven and leave it to cook. So yeah, I like it too because of that. So yeah, so we're going to do that. Yeah.
And I'm making a lamb persillade, a rack of lamb persillade, which is a typical French recipe. Now, through to be known, I was scared to death for years to cook lamb. I do not know why I was. It's one of those fears that you have, and it's silly fears, because when we cook, we enjoy so many different things. So one year I decided I am going to conquer these fears. And when you're going to find out next week how easy it is to make, you really go, why did I wait this long to make it? Because really the reality of rack of lamb, just cooks in the oven, and you're just sitting here and enjoying it. And there's a couple of things to it. So it's very easy to make. So we're very excited, Aslan and I, to make that next week. I will be hosting it on my channel. So we'll come back here, or, if you're an Aslan follower, please do come back here, get the links. If you're my followers here today, please come back next week. We will let you know on Wednesday the time. Now we're changing time zone next week, so I may come in a little bit earlier because you're going to summer daylight savings, right?
Yes, not until Saturday of next week. So next Friday it's still the same.
Oh, so the same. Okay, so next week still the same, and then we'll figure it out. Probably we'll go at 10 o'clock for me. So meanwhile, thank you so very much, all of you. Please do like us. Please do like, comment.
Yep.
Thumbs up. Leave us a comment, and please do share this. Right? Share this. With, all your friends.
And if you have a special recipe you'd like us to do, by all means, let us know. So as Giangi has said, next week it's on her channel. Link to her channel is below this. So we shall catch you guys next Friday. In the meantime, have a good weekend and a good following week.
Absolutely. Enjoy, and thank you again, all of